Hey, welcome back to my channel. Alicia here, and you're watching Paperback Wonders. We are kind of late in the game here, but this is going to be my October wrap-up. Excuse the bookshelf in the background. It is a mess. I really need to reorganize it. It's late, but I really needed to get this video recorded, so here we are. No makeup, no glam today. It's okay. It's all right. It's going to be just fine. But anyhow, so this is going to be a video for my October wrap-up. Earlier in October, I did my mid-month check-in where I talked about a few books that I read, which were White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson, Falling by TJ Newman, and Arsenic and Adobo. Forgive me, I can't remember the author right now. However, I will make sure I link that video in the description in case you missed it or wanted to take a look at that. So today I'm just going to bring to you the 3 remaining books that I read in the month of October. Read a total of 6 books. I think that's going to be more so like my comfort spot when it comes to the number of books I read per month, maybe between 5 and 6. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself to read more than that because it would just drive me crazy. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get going and get started. Alright, so the 4th book that I read for the month of October was A Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. This for me was an anticipated read because I was a huge fan of Girl on the Train and also Into the Water, both of which I've read a long time ago, probably during their releases. So from what I remember, I enjoyed those. So I was really excited to pick this up. But this book follows the murder of a young man who's found dead in his London houseboat. We are introduced to 3 women who were the last to see him alive, and the story basically takes off from there, and we're left to find out who done it. The characters in this book are not likable characters, which for me, I do not mind when it comes to something like a mystery. I almost expect it. It's multiple POV, which I really enjoy. What I did think that Paula did great in here was giving us really good backstory to each individual character, even the side characters as well. I found that all their stories were very interesting. I thought that the characters had depth and they were layered. I also enjoyed how they were all linked together. I love reading stories where like characters and their their actions and stuff, they're linked to each other. They have indirect impact on another character in the book. I really think that's really cool, and it was really cool to read as well. I listened Did I listen to this on audiobook? No, I did not listen to this on audiobook because it wasn't available anywhere for me to get it. I don't think I listened to this on audiobook. I would have liked to listen to it on audiobook though. Or did I? I cannot remember if I listened to this on audiobook. I think I did. I did listen to it on audiobook actually. And I thought the audiobook was really good. It helped me a lot with this story. Now what I was expecting from the synopsis was to get a little bit more insight into these women's their direct relationship with the victim, the man who's murdered in the story. I thought it would give us more of that, but she mainly focused more so on their individual stories and histories, and then it wasn't until towards the end where we got to see more of their individual relationship with this person. So if that makes sense, but that's what I was expecting to get in the story. For what I can say about the pacing wasn't bad. Maybe towards the middle endish, I kind of wanted to get it over with, but otherwise I think I gave this one about 4 stars, I believe, on Goodreads. But yeah, that was A Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. All right, so the next book that I read in October, y'all seen it on BookTube, y'all seen it on BookTok, y'all seen it on Bookstagram, and I decided to jump on the bandwagon and check it out for myself. And I don't know if I liked it. I don't know if I liked it, and that was In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. I'm trying to think of things that I liked about this book, and I kind of can't. So basically, let me just tell you a little summary of what it's about. It's about a group of friends, I believe it's five friends who are reunited at their college reunion. And at their college reunion, they are forced to um, reconcile with the death of one of their friends that was in their friend group in college. She was murdered, and they're forced to basically face it and figure out who done it. So this is another who done it mystery, okay? It's told in the point of view of one of the characters. Forgive me, I can't remember her name. I wish that we've gotten the, we're able to read from the point of view of the other friends in the friend group. I don't know why we didn't. But I didn't, that's something I didn't really like because the character who narrates this was annoying to me. Um, so there was times where I just couldn't stand it. But also I felt like the characters were a bit immature. I remember reading a review on Goodreads and somebody had pointed out it felt like they were reading a YA thriller because the characters were so immature, and I can totally agree with that. I mean, at this point in present time, they're all grown and everything, but they're still acting like they're 18 or like they're in high school. Now, I can kind of forgive that with the flashbacks that we get because they're in college. They're like freshmen and sophomores and everything like that. But I couldn't get with that. And then some of the scenes were kind of unrealistic. And I just, there was just, I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. My words are jumbled because I just don't know. I just don't know how to give my thoughts on this book. But anyway, I mean, my final book that I read for the month of October was Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. Look, I wasn't giving up on Tiffany. I know I told y'all I didn't like White Smoke, but I wasn't giving up. So I had to go back and reach for her first novel, which I think might have been my favorite. I don't physically have this one because I borrowed it from the library. But basically, it follows the story of a young girl named Mary who sadly was she allegedly killed a young infant when she was 9 years old. She was tried as an adult and she was charged for that murder, and she served, I believe, a 6-year sentence in actual prison at 9 years old. So when we're introduced to her in the story, she has served her sentence and she's in a group home. And for as much as we know in the story, we don't know exactly what happened, but we do know that she never fully told anyone what really happened. So that's why she allegedly committed this crime. It's told in Mary's perspective. I listened to this on audio while reading and following along, and the audio was phenomenal. And I'm so sorry that I cannot remember the narrator's name for the audiobook, but I'll make sure to plug it in the description. But the audiobook was amazing. I feel like what I really enjoyed about this book, and also what I liked about Monday's Not Coming, is that Tiffany does a really good job at pulling the reader in and feeling so connected with the characters. Like she does a really great job of making you emotionally connected to them and wanting and making you root for them. I really love that about this story. She also touches on a lot of tough topics in this book, such as for instance, charging young children as adults for serious crimes, and being in the court of public opinion when it comes to allegedly committing a crime, and how you're supposedly allegedly guilty by the court of public opinion before you're even proven guilty in court. And also obviously she's a black girl, so, and the baby was a white baby, so she touches on race as well in this story. And I thought this book was so good. I'm just looking at my notes over here. She does take you on a suspenseful ride, and she does a great job at giving us build up to the final reveal of the story. And of course there's a little love story in there as well, which was very lovely also. I will say the ending I probably wasn't a huge fan of. It was better than White Smoke in terms of the ending, but the ending I wasn't a huge fan of, and I don't want to give too much away because this is sort of a mystery, so I'm trying to be careful as to what I say. But I really enjoyed this one. I think this had to be my favorite for the month of October. Like I said, there's probably so much you can unpack from this story. I'm just kind of like rambling, but yeah, I think I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. But if I do recommend that one as well. Again, that was allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. Probably my favorite one. But yeah, that's all the books that I read for the month of October. I think for November, I'm gonna try to read some nonfictions because it is nonfiction November. I don't think I'm gonna do a TBR because I feel like doing TBRs, for me, it feels like a lot of pressure, and I'm such a mood reader that I don't know if I can commit to a TBR. So we'll see what November brings. I'll probably do a November check-in as well. But if you read any of these books that I discussed in this video, let me know in the comments what you thought about them. If you haven't read these books, check them out, see if you like them. What are you reading right now? I would love to start a conversation in the comments. And that's pretty much it. I really thank you and appreciate you guys for watching. I'm so sorry my words are everywhere, but I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you feel inclined to. And again, thank you for watching. Bye.